Hello, welcome to my channel, 100 Days of Kajo. If you're new here, my channel is dedicated to trying different things for 100 days to ensure that I am living my life to its full potential. Those things that I could try out could be self-improvement, could be health things, languages, anything my mind comes up with. I just want to make sure that I dedicate 100 days towards it to say I at least tried and I did it and I can incorporate it or not into my life. The series that I've been focusing on the past couple of weeks, as you can tell by the title, is 100 Days of Pilates. Now, just to recap what I've talked about in my other videos, I have been doing or going to Pilates classes for a while now. And I go once a week. And then my other 2 days, I do weightlifting and cardio just to ensure that I'm keeping my progress that I made in my classes. I am doing only one class per week to kind of mirror what I would typically do, what people would typically do as far as cost, as far as time commitment. Once a week felt the most real. Honestly, I felt like most people would do it once a week, could afford once a week, and that's what I'm incorporating in. I try to either work out super early in the morning or at their latest time to replicate a traditional 9 to 5. I want to make this journey as real as possible to show you guys that it is possible and to ensure that I don't give up from like frustration or extremely high and crazy expectations for myself. Like if I had said I'm going to go 3 times a week, 6 a.m., that's not going to happen. This morning I didn't go at my 6:30 a.m. class, which I usually do. I did my 7:15, which just as good. And any other time I could have maybe pushed it off to a Saturday if I wanted to do it early morning. I'm making this as plausible as I can. And I'm hoping you guys are joining in and liking it. As the title suggests, today we'll be talking about nutrition and hydration. Now, the tips and advice that I will be giving, is just general. It's not going to be super specific, and you can use it even for exercises outside of Pilates. Before we get into it, I wanted to give you guys an update on my non-Pilates workout days, which typically are Mondays and Wednesdays. I started to incorporate jump roping instead of running, like my regular runs, because let me show you, my headphones, it has like leather plating, and I have acne prone skin. It's coming all together. And whenever I sweat, it's like pressing against I don't even know what to call this area of your ear or your face, but it's pressing against my ear, obviously. And I'm sweating, I'm running for 35 minutes to an hour, and it's like covering my pores, causing breakouts, and I didn't like that. And I tested the theory by not using them for about a week, and that's why I did jump roping instead of running, because then I could put in my speakerphone, listen to music loud, and like work out, because I love to listen to music while I work out. I don't like being in silence. So I figured out that, okay, it's my headphones that are causing acne, and before I can invest in like really good wraparound earbuds where it doesn't like, there's no like giant padding, just it's, you insert it but it wraps around your ear, because I don't like it when earbuds like fall out. I'm gonna take some time to save up to invest in that because I have a lot of things going on. I am going to jump rope with my speaker, and honestly it's been really good. I'd like alternate between like right foot, both feet, left foot, both feet, and my endurance and my heart just pumping. Because then when I did the jump roping and I was testing out the theory, and then I went back to the run to see if like it would break me out, I was running faster. I had more like breath control. I was breathing, like inhaling more air in and out. So I want to say jump roping helped me run better. So I was like, okay, and I'm enjoying it more. The first time I jump rope, it was hard. It was really hard. It was. Not that I never jumped rope before, but at least for like a long period of time, I was trying to do, I think, 15 minutes of jump roping, and I would do like a minute and a half on, 30 seconds off, or maybe I'll try to like jump rope for an entire song, but I feel like it's short, or if I get lost in the sauce and I'm just jump roping, then I don't even like check the time. I just keep going until I get super tired, where I'm like, okay, I can't, my legs are hurting, or not hurting, but like, okay, let me take a small break, let me drink some water. Just playing it by ear, because every day is different. Some days I can go longer than others. I think the longest I'd gone was 3 minutes, like straight, and I was going really fast. And I was so proud of myself. I'm gonna do more jump roping. I really like it. The weather's getting colder, so I'm not gonna really go on like outdoor runs anymore because I personally like running outside versus like a treadmill in a gym. Not completely opposed to it, but I prefer outdoors. So when I reactivate my gym membership, I will be jump roping, honestly. And we're gonna break up nutrition and hydration over 5 parts. We have the before the workout, during the workout, immediately after the workout, rest days, and your general tips. You want to make sure, depending on the day, you eat a small snack. So, I'd mentioned before, I typically work out super early in the morning. When I wake up, I'm not hungry right away. So I can go into my Pilates class or any workout not having to eat right before. That works for me. If it's, let's say it's I decide to work out 2 p.m. Maybe around noon or 1, I'll eat a little small snack or like a really small meal before the workout because I don't want to be too full to where it's like restricting me from being able to do the movements, or I really hate having to have to use the restroom while I'm working out. So I try to limit what I eat before workout to like a snack or just something, or I ate like a little bit before and like I'm a little hungry before I start, but then like afterwards, we'll talk about it. I eat immediately and stuff. The other thing you want to do before a workout is you don't want to drink too much water, but you want to make sure you have enough. Again, I usually like to work out in the morning. Like today, I went to my Pilates class 7:15. That was when the class started. I would drink water. I would drink maybe 2 or 3 sips or maybe half the bottle, depending on my personal need. If you're someone that's not easily dehydrated, then it's like, okay, you don't have to drink a whole bunch of water before. But if you're someone that's like, okay, every morning, like I drink a bottle of water, it doesn't really affect me, like I don't have to like pee right away, then like, yeah, then drink what's the best for you. You just want to make sure that you're hydrating your body um, before you go, but you also don't want to make sure you don't drink too much so that during the workout you have to pee or your stomach, I don't want to say it hurts, but like you can feel when you drink too much water in your stomach. And with Pilates, there's a lot of core going on. And like if you're pushing it, then again, you'd have to pee or you can't do it as well because you're so full. So, overall tip before the workout, do not eat or drink too much, but enough to where it's suitable for your body in the workout. I know it's general, but everybody is different. I only have one tip. Drink water when needed. There are some days during my workout where I need as much water. Like I'm so tired, I'm sweating, like I'm out of breath, and I keep taking breaks to drink water. That's fine. Do it if you need it. There are other times where I can go throughout a whole workout and I'm like on fire, I'm doing the thing, I don't really need that much water, like I'm barely sweating. If that works for you, that works for you. Don't force yourself to drink water and don't force yourself not to drink water. Listen to your body's needs. Like last week or even earlier this week, like I said, I there were some days where I needed more water than I did today. Today I don't think I took a single sip of water during my workout, but other workouts I might. So listen to your body. I'm always an advocate to listen to your body, but just drink water when needed. That's the only thing you really need for during the workout portion. I like to say like this section is, I don't want to say the most important, but it is super important. It's super important. So immediately after a workout, you want to eat a fruit or nutritious snack. So for me, my Pilates class is about 25 minutes away from me. So right after a workout, I have to, of course, drive 25 minutes home. You want to make sure you are immediately replenishing your body with, again, water, which that's the next thing, but also like a fruit or a snack. I always eat an apple right after my workout. Like I eat it in the car while I'm driving. So that way I'm not say starving myself, but you do want to eat a meal right after the workout. But I'm like, okay, obviously I have 20 to 30 minutes of drive time. So I fill it with like granola bar or my favorite, an apple. The second thing is, like I said before, drink water or electrolytes and lots of it. This is where you shouldn't care how much water you're drinking. Before and during, yes, because that can affect your performance. But after, the focus is replenishing your body. Drink lots of water, lots of electrolytes, what you need. Do it. And lastly, once your home is situated, eat food like a meal. Make sure it's protein dense, lots of veggies, carbs. You want to make sure, and I said it before, replenishing your body. I I took a I took a sports nutrition course last fall. And in that class I learned that eating protein or eating like a heavy, I don't want to say heavy meal, but like a nutritious dense meal after a workout is the best time to do so. That and in the morning. That's a whole nother conversation. But you want to make sure that you're doing that because it's helping your muscles, it's making you full, you won't be as tired. Usually when you get sleepy, it's because your body doesn't have enough like protein to like make it stay awake. And like if you're hungry all day, it's because you probably didn't have enough protein in it. That's a problem that I kind of had, and that's why I incorporated fish back into my diet. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm vegan. Vegan, right? I've been vegan for a really long time, but I just incorporated fish last September. So almost, oh my goodness, a year. I've been eating fish again for a year. I have been vegan for 7, 8 years. Vegan. I say that now because it's like I'm vegan, but I eat fish, and it's like, oh, you're pesca- what is it? Pescatarian? I'm like, well, I don't eat dairy or eggs. And they're like, oh, so you don't eat honey? I'm like, well, I do eat honey. It's vegan. This is what I'm labeling myself as. Vegan. But like overall, nutrition dense food, eat immediately after a workout. That's why the apple helps too, because if you have to like cook for yourself, um, because I'm vegan, I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need to eat. For me, I ate a veggie burger because it has like 16 grams of protein in the patty. I put like vegetables. I have like, of course, the bun. I eat like a not a wheat bun, but like a everything bagel bun. Like good carbs. I eat fruit. I like what I eat to replenish myself might not be the same thing for you because some people might say, no, like you need eggs. I'm like, I don't eat eggs. So I'm not gonna recommend that you eat eggs and then you feel confined or something. Or like eat yogurt, which yogurt is good, but I don't eat yogurt. You see, like everybody's body is different. And I also know people who have like, is it IBS, I believe, or they're like there's other conditions where you can't eat foods that are good for you. Like there was some girl that said because of her condition, like eating avocados isn't good for her body, which is, I love avocados and it's good for my body. So I'm not giving specific foods you need to eat. I say have your own discernment, listen to your body, listen to your doctor, and figure out what foods are the best to eat right after your workout. And sometimes meal prepping will make that decision easier for you if that's not something you want to think about every single time after a workout. Like every other day, and drink lots of fluid. You want to make sure you're in the habit of drinking juice, tea, water, electrolytes, whatever that you need that keeps you hydrated, drink it. Your rest days are important, just as important, if not more important than the days that you work out. Your body resting and rebuilding itself so it can be stronger. You don't want to keep breaking it down without giving it the proper rest that it needs to get stronger so you can do even better in your next workout. Just want to hone that in. Um, Eat when you're hungry and eat what's good for you. I know you're probably watching the video like, okay, these are again general tips. I know, but you'd be surprised by how much people just don't know it or don't practice it. For me, for example, I eat when I'm hungry, but to make sure that I'm eating enough, I try to kind of clock in and be like, okay, I'm going to eat every 4 to 4.5 hours, which in my nutrition class, sports nutrition class, is we learn that that's a good time frame because you usually get hungry around that time. Every 4 to 4.5 hours. This makes sure that I'm eating. This makes sure that I am being thoughtful about what I'm eating. I'm like, oh, okay, so I had this earlier, so in 4.5 hours I have this one because maybe I won't be as hungry, but I know I need something, right? For instance, like in the morning, I'll eat like a bigger breakfast because you need more energy during the day, so you want to start out with like a big load. It doesn't have to be unhealthy, of course, but like good food for you. And then throughout the day, my meal portions get smaller and smaller because there's less of the day left, meaning I need less energy. Think of food as energy, as fuel. right? Before you go on a road trip, you want to make sure that you fill up the car 100% before you hit the road. But then when you get closer to your distance, and let's say you are 10 minutes away from where you need to be and you're at the halfway mark, you're probably not going to put gas in it. You're like, it's the end of the day. Well, we're practically here. Same thing with your body. So throughout the day, my meals get a little smaller. I still eat, a little less dense. So let's say like maybe lunchtime is when I would incorporate a salad, or if I'm really, really not that hungry, I'll make like a smaller meal. Think of a snack like a snack as a mini meal. That's what we learned in my sports nutrition class. Because instead of like going to a regular bag of chips, right, that won't really fill you up and you'll just end up eating more because the snack wasn't really that nutrition dense. Eat like, this is an example for me that I've been doing. I would take like pita chips, which are thicker, have a lot more nutritious than like regular Lay's potatoes chips. And I'd eat it with like hummus or guacamole. I'd eat maybe 5 or 6 chips and dip it. I'm full. But not like full. This is when I want something like to snack on, but I'm not like super hungry. It fills you up and it's good for you. You want to think of things that you do like and like a healthier version of it that fills you up. Don't get a healthier version where the same amount of healthy version of this will still make you hungry. It wouldn't make sense, right? You don't go from a bag of Lay's chip to like an organic potato chip. You're still hungry regardless which one you eat. Get the nutritionally dense version. Now you gotta kind of look at your own diet and see like, okay, where you can implement those changes, but it's something really, really good to incorporate into your life to ensure that like, okay, you're eating enough, because the worst thing you could do for yourself, which I'm working on myself, honestly, is not, you want to make sure you eat enough. I don't eat enough, and not because I'm like starving myself. No, sometimes I'm just really not that hungry. But if you are working 3 times a week, if you're doing Pilates, depending on what type of workout you're doing, your body needs fuel. Otherwise, you will not reap the benefits of it. If I'm always lifting, yet I'm not eating enough protein, my body will not change. My body won't benefit from it. My body won't like it. My body will actually start holding on to more weight because it's like, okay, you're working me like a dog, but you're not feeding me enough for me to actually build muscle. I'm going to hold on to every bit of protein and fat and sugar that you eat, right? And that's why some people kind of complain like, oh, I did this, but I gained weight or it's not working. It's like you need to fuel your body. On your rest days, like on the workout days, of course, be smart of like how much you eat and when you eat it so like you can benefit the most from it. But fuel your body. Eat nutrition dense foods. I'd mentioned that earlier. Opt for example, like if you have to choose between white bread versus wheat bread, and they're like, let's say, I hate counting calories. I don't really do that. But let's say they're both 100 calories per slice, which is probably way off. But the wheat bread has more nutrition in it. Opt for the wheat one. Just think of it like that. Like if you have to look at calories, be calorie conscious, but don't calorie count. Recognize it, but really just look at how nutritionally dense a food is and compare it from there. Because there's lots of good food that have high calories in it. That doesn't mean you have to completely opt out of it. Tip number 2 for general tips is always listen to your body's needs. I always say this. Every single body, every single person's body, Jesus, is different. Listen to yours. I'm giving you general tips. You can take what other people say with a grain of salt, but ultimately listen to your needs. As I had mentioned before, eating 4 and 4.5 hours every day, like in increments, is a smart way to make sure that you're eating enough and eating throughout the day. I'm not saying you have to eat like a full-fledged meal, but you're like, okay, I'm not super hungry, but at least I can eat like a mini meal or something just nutritious or whatever. And then throughout those 4 and 4.5 hours, of course, drinking water, listen to your needs, yada, yada, yada. Lastly, just talked about it, treat snacking as mini meals. Snacking doesn't have to be something that's like, oh, like you're cheat snacking. Like it can be, but just to give it like, okay, I'm hungry, but not hungry enough for a big plate. Let me just do a little plate. It's good for you. If you want something sugary, like get it. Like don't starve yourself out of it, but also maybe incorporate something that's a little more filling. Because you'll eat it, but then you end up eating a bigger meal. And then you're like, oh my God, like I ate so much. Like, no, you didn't, but you were trying to satisfy a taste, right? Or you want something salty. As an example, I'd said before, instead of a regular potato chip, right? Eat pita chips with hummus or guacamole or whatever you deem necessary. You don't have to completely opt for or opt out of your chips for like an apple or a carrot. Like a carrot does not taste the same as potato chips. Opt for a different type of chip. Opt for a dip with the chip. The chip example is the only one I have right now that makes the most sense to me because it's the only one that I'm like truly incorporating it. So I'm a big chip person. I love chips. But any healthy substitute that you have, make sure it is practically equal to what you are trying to take out. Otherwise, you will feel like you are lacking something. You'll feel like, oh my God, but I still want the potato chips. Then you're gonna eat the chips anyway. Then like, what was the whole point? Make sure it's just as good, or if not, let it be better. That way, you won't fall victim of feeling having FOMO or like feeling like you're missing out on the bag of chips. It's a weird feeling. Food is weird. People have weird relationships with food. We all do. We all do. Okay, thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys are enjoying this and taking everything with a grain of salt because I'm not an expert. I'm only giving you advice on things that I'm implementing in my life. I'm hoping this is helping your Pilates journey the same way it's helping mine or any workout journey that you have. I love you all. Like and subscribe. And as always, I don't say this enough. In the comments, if there's something that you want me to try for 100 days, put it in the comments. I'm more than willing to kind of evaluate how I can incorporate that into my schedule, see how I want to record the journey, and then I'll be more than happy to bring you guys along with me. Okay, bye.